Now let's look at mathematical equations for engineering, science, or math. In this case, we're in the rich content editor. It's the same one you'll see for doing quizzes, for doing answers to quizzes, subjects, assignments, other places in on here. It's the same editor throughout. In here, there's a little snowman on the right, which has some of the advanced options, and this is where our special equation editor is. And it pops in. This is a very sophisticated editor. It's still super easy to use based on LaTeX. And so if I'm going to do something, well, just look at the things we have right here. Some of the symbols you're used to seeing for math. It's definitely helpful to have the Greek font right available with all the characters. Union operators, math sets, relationships, other set parts, all the delimiters for matrices, and other stuff beyond that, even including musical notes. Anyhow, let's go back to start. We're going to do a simple equation. I'm going to say alpha. Let's go back to basic view here. From scratch there. Greek alpha equals. It's tied to equals on the keyboard. If I want to do square root, in this case, I'm going to do the hand holding system. I just hit the square root. And I'm going to say square root of 4, make it easy. Notice how that 4 has a little blue halo around it. That shows you the focus of where your typing is. In this case, the focus is inside the square root. So if I said 4 plus 2 something in on here, that the square root begins to grow to encapsulate that. If I did a fraction, it's going to get larger. But for right now, let's just keep it simple. To move out of this, I'm going to hit the right arrow key on the keypad. Now it's bounced out. So I'm going to say 4 plus, keep this a simple equation for all of us. I'm using the / division, or the /, but when I do it in this context, it's going to use the mathematical notation. So 8 divided by 4. And I can move around just to change what the focus is anywhere I'm typing. So it's pretty easy to use. It's definitely something you should encourage your students to actually have assignments where they are entering equations, because the tools you're using here are the same ones they would use throughout college, throughout their career, and it's straightforward. Now behind the scenes, for the really want to see the LaTeX part hidden directly, this is the notation that's used for even fancier equations. Not really much of a need to go into it for most of the simple places we're doing. But I wanted you to see it was there. Now when you insert the equation is its own object. So I can't just select text through it. It's its own box. Nice thing is though, I can just make it really large. So for some key quadratic equations or other things you're using, you don't have to try to set the font of individual parts, because you'll notice that the numbers are different sizes depending upon where they are in the equation. But if I went in here, I could go and edit the equation. So if I wanted to make that squared, I could, but we're not going to. All right, back off from that. Now, from formatting, sometimes you'll want to center it. So that's the regular format. I can do centering in here, and we're looking at that. So that's basically in the equations in a nutshell. Wanted to show you some of the links I'll put with the video. You go search for these, they're easy to find. Here is Canvas explaining what to do in the Rich Context Editor. It's got several links, some of those pieces showing you all the details on here. And then there's a guide showing you, these are the links that are off of there, showing you how you do that formatting. And lastly, this is the examples that kind of shows you the depth of what you could do for table notations, grids. Again, if you're publishing any paper professionally, academically in that space, this is the tool you'd use